everybody, welcome. As you can see, we're doing a last-minute run in the World of Darkness to get some tombstones.
Yeah. You don't really need the gear. A little bit of XP will not be bad, and in fact, I should level from this next one.
And then after this will be the holiday, and then after that, MSQ, but
Oh dear. Oh, that did not go well.
that was sad. They saw the AoE go down on them, so they rushed into the melee line and then stood there.
Yeah, because they didn't realize it was one of the following ones. This is one of the first times you kind of see that, I think.
Yes, it is. But it's just... wow!
You failed. Everyone left before the chest even opened. Wow.
I couldn't even calm people.
I'm amazed that they left for the chest even open, considering we had some pretty open chests there.
But I'm bumped.
Thank you.
Ooh, I got Cloud of Darkness. I had not had that card before.
Hmm. Do not. Check such things. Nope.
And I got stamped for my Wondrous Tales. A single one.
Mm-hmm.
But that puts
What's
me
that under?
to 300.
Right. Not quite enough. I think there's like 320.
Yeah. Yeah, our poor girls are having a equipment issues.
Yes. Well, not yet, but about the time we hit the first dungeon, yeah. Or the first dungeon of Stormblood.
But I did hit 61 with Hugglist.
Oh, very good, and I got it with Black Mage.
So
now,
yeah.
what do you have left not 61?
Ninja, Dancer, Red Mage.
Oh,
So
wow,
3.
Of course, you have 6. I'm down to Warrior and White Mage.
Red Mage,
Not
who
that the
is
holidays gonna really give us
not very red.
No!
That's probably why. Her main hand weapon, Dead Hive Rapier, 180.
180. That will not help. Yeah, 238.
Yeah, my equipment needs a little help. But right now, we are heading to Gordania to do Hatching Tide.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'd be the season.
Be the season for us to be Easter bunnies.
Yeah.
Ignoring you, quests. Ignoring you. Get me out of here before I feel obliged to take a quest.
Well, one of those quests we're gonna have to take to open up the housing.
Mm.
But we can hold on those.
Yeah. Yes, we are. On that rickety little wood plank footbridge they repaired everything with.
It takes a long time to repair, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping to the roads because storm. Or maybe not. Urza, you know the way. Quick way. Hello, Live Sewing! We just finished World of Darkness on a random roulette to try and get some tomes. And it wasn't as many tomes as I had hoped for, but it is what it is.
You did get some. Actually, no, 334?
Yeah, it was...
That might be enough to get the next piece. It's going to be close.
Really? Because the next piece would be legs, so that's once like...
Oh, that's 510.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want one of the 2 major pieces, that's 510. I know that.
And
number.
weapons are 600?
I don't know. I didn't look.
What we need to do is, like, while I'm on, you get Rylea, we just craft things. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, if we want to spin the guild, there's Market Board, or there's the vendor for the Greys, which at least will get us eye levels.
Yeah, we can craft some high quality stuff for the funds, no problem though. The quote unquote hard part will be the gathering. Also, we might want to double check while on Riley or Theron just what the entry requirements for the dungeons will be.
Hello, Jilly Aliapo. Yeah. Are you
In
more
pursuit
awake
of
today?
excellence. Has she found her groove?
Because she was not in a groove yesterday. She was just kind of...
No. In pursuit of excellent. Geely Aliapo has a great deal to say about Hatching Tide.
Hatching Tide is upon us once more, and I hope the season finds you in excellent fettle. For my part, Rena, Ladonia, it is an absolute pleasure to see you two again.
Yeah, you seem to be a lot happier to see us than Riley and Theron.
Yeah, I know. While I have your attention, allow me to expound upon the nature of this year's festivities. Hatching Tide has its origins in the days before the 7th Umbral Calamity, when the 12 sages of an era past appeared before me in a startling vision. I have been visited by such dreams ever since, and this year was no exception. I saw a great mass of eggs, as vivid as those before you now, borne aloft into the heavens. Making dreams manifest has never failed to lend wonder to Hatching Tide before, so needless to say, I intend to bring my latest visions to life. Speaking of which, the eggs I commissioned ought to be arriving any moment now. Oh,
Here we
Jilly!
go.
It's a disaster! The cart toppled over en
Maybe
route.
I was going to say, should arrive any moment. Ah, here we go. Oh, maybe not. It's a disaster.
No, it's a complete disaster. Thankfully, the driver was unscathed, but I can't say the same for the eggs. Good heavens! I'm glad to hear the poor driver was unharmed, but without the eggs, how are we to breathe life into my dream? Don't worry, I'll simply fashion some more eggs myself. Though, to create the quantity required will take some time, and we're already facing at least a minor delay at this point. If only I could assign someone to help you. Alas, the other dreamers are busy enough as it is. I must see to the schedule alterations myself. But wait, Rena and Ladonia! Perhaps they would be willing to lend a hand?
Maybe.
Rena, Ladonia, how wonderful it is to see you again. Knowing what an exemplary assistant you two are gives me cause for hope. If you're happy to help, that is. Please say you'll help. Big lollipop eyes.
How could I turn down an egg pun?
Thank you! The first order of business will be procuring more of the necessary egg supplies from the merchant. Our supplier should be in the market. He's a burly fellow, so he won't be difficult to spot. We can only hope he has enough stock. Unfortunately, I don't think the egg hats actually fit on our
Probably
era.
not.
Which is just sad and wrong and sad.
Your hat looks bad and you should be sad.
The problem is it doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look.
Your hat renders bad and you should be sad?
Okay, that's better. Yeah, he is a burly fellow. There's our man.
Hey, Mr. Merchant, can I call you Burley? Ah, you're that dreamer who's here before, ain't you?
Oh, it's a disaster. Maybe, can you help?
Right old mess to be sure. I'm afraid I'm all out of the supplies you need, though. Look at those eyes.
Is there really nothing you can do?
Well, I do have some tatty old odds and ends, or surplus wares that might be of use. You want them, they're all yours. Might not be exactly what you needed, but I'm sure you can cobble something together with these. The storage fees were eating into me. I mean, I'd rather see them put to good use. Never thought I'd offload those.
When I ordered the initial batch of supplies, I remembered thinking what a kind fellow he was. He certainly proved me right. Any road, we'd better take stock of what he's given us. Let's see. This leather looks durable, and we have some metal springs and rings that could be due for a mechanism of some sort. And these links of timber could be cut into a more portable size. I think the herbs and resins are used to concoct water-repellent alchemical solutions. Never tried it myself, but that's our first time for everything. Besides that, there are plenty of bits and bobs. We should have no trouble when it comes to decoration. Unfortunately, we won't be able to recreate the eggs Julie saw in her dream with these. We could make something far easier to get off the ground, though. Parasols! The trick will be making them looking eggy enough. Any round object looks like an egg from far enough away. It's science!
Yes, we're going to science this.
They mean well. They're trying to help. I see. We can mimic
We're just trying.
We can mimic the shape of an egg with the canopy and add some seasonal appropriate patterns to outfit the shell. I can picture it now. Perhaps parasols are a sight more fiddly than your standard egg, though. With just the two of us, production will take far too long. So we'll need to enlist further help, just as I did with you. Fortunately, the guild artisans should be less likely to balk at a request for parasol parts than a rush order for myrid eggs, particularly if we supply the materials. Let us pray visit to the Let us first pay visit to the Leatherworkers Guild. I'm sure they will be able to transform our leather into something fit for a canopy.
There you go. I knew you could say it, Nonata. Yes, yeah, we're both kind of having that at the moment. But it wasn't you, it was her. Finial leathers. He wants to sell me something.
I've explained the situation to Giva, and she seems inclined to be sympathy. If we keep our manners about us, we should manage to secure the guild's assistance. Hello, Giva.
Yeah, inclined to sympathy. Okay, then.
Please don't step on me. Oh, you must be the adventurer's assistants. Nodata spoke of. She was just informing me of your plight. Many of our apprentices are looking forward to the Hatching Tide celebrations. You should have the guild's aid. Although, I'm afraid we lack some of the resources needed to work your leather into parasol canopies. The material is water resistant to a degree, but nevertheless porous. Untreated, it will degrade over time and begin to rot, but our stock of coatings is preciously low at the moment. If it's water repellent you're after, say no more. We just happen to have the necessary ingredients, so I can see to its preparation. In the meantime, would you take this timber over to Carpenter's Guild and request that they craft the parasol frame? We can meet back at the Black Rabbit Trader's stall and on.
And Monota is doing the alchemy for the coating herself because the Alchemist Guild is in Ul'dah.
Yeah, we aren't dealing with Ul'dah. Not this time around.
And certainly not doing a trip all the way there and back. Why do you stand there like frightened school children? If you need something, speak.
Can you do
We
something
have
with
some
this?
assorted timber. Various lengths of timber ready to be sawn and lathed into parasol parts. You would have us undertake this task with how little time left until Hatching Tide? Very well. The younglings in the Acorn Orchard await the festivities. For their sake, no effort will be spared in the parasol's preparation. We shall commence work right away. Let your associates know that the Carpenter's Guild has the matter in hand.
Thank you, Master Beaton. I'm delighted to play a part in realizing another Hatching Tide for the ages. Leave the alchemic solutions and the finer details to me. I'll soon have everything sourced. I trust everything went well at the Carpenter's Guild. I've just placed an order for the alchemic solution and a few other things besides. Next step will be to piece all the parts together into a prototype parasol. I'll bring the prototype over to Geely once I've finished, so you can go ahead and wait with her.
He has her zoomies.
Welcome back, Rena, Ladonia. You'll be pleased to hear that I've adjusted the schedule to accommodate our little mishap, and all is set to proceed. How for the eggs?
Iggly. Excellently.
Substituting parasol for eggs? What a wonderful idea! I can hardly wait to see what Nonota cooks up for the prototype. Though, wait we must.
But not for too long.
She's a fast
Exceeding
worker.
expectations. Geely Alipo is patiently waiting to see the parasol prototype.
Nonata will surely be along any moment now. Yes, but don't call me Shirley. Sorry to keep you both waiting. Allow me to present you with the very first Archon Egg Parasol. What a fine example of ingenuity. It's magnificent. I still like the little chocobo topper.
Yes.
I'm so glad you approve, and with your blessing, I'll begin producing it more to distribute. In the meantime, we find ourselves at a loose end. But I cannot let Nonata outstrip us in Hatching Tide spirit. There must be more we can do. Let's show off the parasol to the townsfolk. I think they'll think it's cool. It might actually fit our ears.
Or Iggy. Not sure about these horns.
That's your problem. But of course, we ought to promote our newest addition to the festivities. If we tell even a few Gridanians that these gorgeous accoutrements will be available for those who celebrate with us, a word will spread of its own accord. With that in mind, I shall keep mine unfurled and on display. You use your adventurer's instincts to identify the most in need of an egg-themed accessory. The market is always busy. Let's look for potential celebrants there. Yes, she's now accompanying us, the whole spiel.
Yes.
Now, to be fair, giving the whole spiel here makes sense because you could be a brand new player and this might be your first encounter with the follow system.
In general, yes, but what they really need to do is have like a flag somewhere in your character data of, have you been through this spiel before?
Like part of the tutorial
and if this
system.
is the first time you meet it, yeah. And if this is the first time you meet it, then yeah, you get the full spiel. If it isn't, then they skip it, or at least most of it. That doesn't seem to have occurred to them. Isn't that right, Kiki?
Speak with Jilly. When I think back to the very first Hatching Tide, it was a marvel just how popular the occasion has become. I've had so many people to thank for their efforts, yourselves included. Discuss decorative basket. We dreamers are responsible for all the decorations you see throughout the city. Take the basket over there, for instance. I came up with the idea Nonata worked her magic to create the final product. She's speaking of this basket here.
Yes. And a ferret minion is possible.
Yes, actually I believe there are 2 ferret-like minions in the game. But yeah, this little fella here, the white wordlet. And I believe there's a black-footed wordlet as well.
There he is. I say, madam, you must tell me where I might acquire a splendid parasol like unto your own.
Our Hatching Tide event, of course. How about it? Will you join us at the amphitheater?
I'd be delighted. The true connoisseur of eggs, both decorative and edible. I attend annually in hopes of glimpsing ovoid perfection. And this parasol surpasses my every imagining. Such elegance! Such egginess!
Eggs! Eggs! Eggs!
Oh, everybody needs to be into something.
Yep, here it is, the white wordlet. Let's see if I can get a closer look here. Who's back here? And of course, it's a different character who is not friended, so I can't click on them to get...
The G-pose.
Yeah. Ah, I almost had him. Nope. Ah, sorry. G-pose fail. Egg appraiser. Why, that parasol is an absolute delight. It's not often that you see that level of craftsmanship paired with such decorative flair. This might be the finest egg-inspired apparel I've ever seen. Might I ask who is responsible for this masterpiece? The Leatherworkers Guild and the Carpenters Guild and Black Rabbit Traders and our Dreamers all had parts to play. And if you joined us in celebrating Hatching Tide, you can receive one just like it. Ah, I should have known the Guild's artisans were involved. If it means getting my hands on a parasol, I'd be more than happy to take part in the festivities. An egg enthusiast. Heavens above! Is that adorable parasol fashioned after an Archon egg? Exquisite, isn't it?
Perceptive.
If you join us at the amphitheater, you will receive one just like it. For years, I have searched for a parasol as darling as an egg, getting sunburned and soaked by turns, and you offer me one free of charge. 'Tis a Hatching Tide miracle. I expect those three will tell all and sundry about our parasol. Our work is done here. There we go.
There we are.
Well, that went rather swimmingly. You have a clear eye for egg connoisseurs. I shall go and see how many attendees are gathered at the amphitheater. Feel free to join us when you have a moment. And off she goes. She has found her zoomies. I don't think she ever lost her zoomies except for yesterday. I think she was recovering
from... There were
from...
no zoomies yesterday.
She was recovering from zoomies yesterday. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Use you.
Ah, there's the egg appraiser.
Appreciate her. This parasol is truly the peak of ovoid aesthetics. Timing my visit to coincide with Hatching Tide was a fine idea indeed.
Yeah, the appraiser is down here. When I laid eyes upon this parasol, its quality spoke loud and clear. A triumph of design, both practical and decorative. It's not often you find an article so worthy of my discernment. And the enthusiast.
The enthusiast.
To think I'd end up with one of these delightful parasols all for myself. And you and your associates are so generous. You are welcome. The folks here clearly are enthusiastic about showing off their parasols. Fortunately, no one has lost an eye. Oh dear.
Yeah. Well, they are probably a bit heavy.
Rena, Ladonia, isn't the sight of these parasols simply marvelous? Eggs, held aloft, just as in my dreams. Hooray, we did it, Jilly! We certainly did. Shall we officially declare this hatching tide a success? Hold that thought. I've yet to see half of it. Macenta, I'm not quite sure I follow. Quite a few of my customers have asked about your parasols. More than can comfortably gather here, in fact. Nevertheless, I took the liberty of handing out stock to those who came inquiring. While many have left the stall with a smile on their face and a parasol in hand, the whole city is awash in floating eggs. That's incredible! To think parasols are bringing joy even beyond our celebration. Oh, wait, Jilly! There's one and the same, aren't they? The celebrants have spread across the city for a giant mass of floating eggs. You're right. I was intent on gathering people here, but the eggs in my dream were far too numerous to contain in one place. They were always meant to be seen far and wide. That our original plan met with misfortune was a blessing in disguise, for we've touched the hearts of more people than I dared imagine. There is no doubt in my mind this will go down as hatching tide to remember. Black Rabbit traders shall continue distributing parasols to those who ask. They may be free of charge, but they're drawing business in spades. Nonata told me how to assemble them, so I can prepare as many as necessary. Truly, where would we be without your ingenuity, Nonata? I couldn't have done it without my able adventurers. That reminds me, I have something for you too. Now that's the very second parasol I ever made. After Jilly's, of course. I thought it'd be fitting that you two receive it. With eggs aloft across the city, all that's left is to enjoy the festivities. Your work may have finished, Frenna, Ladonia, but hatching tide most certainly hasn't. Papaya. Papaya. Papaya.
Problem parasolved.
Adventures!
Archon egg parasol.
I had such fun preparing the parasols with you. I'll be forever grateful for all your help. When Nonata first relayed the awful news, I was wondering how we could possibly salvage the situation. But now I can see we needn't have worried. This has exceeded all expectations. Thank you, Rena, Ladonia.
Archon egged parasol, finished in a striking yellow and golden trim. This accessory provides exceptional protection against all but the worst of downpours. Used to unlock an Archon egg parasol. And where do you get at those?
Character fashion accessories.
Yeah.
Yep, my ears squarely fit nicely underneath. Ta-da! Yes! The umbrella dance! It's a wonder we haven't poked an eye out yet.
Yes.
All right. You know what this means?
We're out of excuses for our main story.
Yes.
Let's get on it.
Oh, yeah, these two.
Yes.
Redolent Rose and Yellow Moon.
Yeah.
What's actually hilarious is if you've gotten a certain portion into the story, you have two characters over here and they're adorable.
I'm trying to remember who they were. I remember they were there.
Alpha and his best buddy.
Oh, yes, that's right. With an Archon umbrella. 6 p.m. Music change.
What I need to do is get the soundboard and a little animation of one of those toy mallets going bonk. Unfortunately, I don't have that on the soundboard.
My head thanks you.
Yeah, I don't have that on the soundboard. I have other things on the soundboard. Just that one. What I probably need to get, unfortunately, I've got a lot of other things to spend money on before this, is Elgato makes this little keypad that you can actually program things into. It's initially designed to be a quick toggle for things like OBS for like scenes and stuff.
Yeah, I know of the box you're talking about.
But having it like connect to the soundboard or something like that can trigger inside OBS would be hilarious.
Right.
Unfortunately, they're a bit on the pricey side, which I can understand. But my income does not allow for much frivolous spending.
Yeah, well.
My belt is very cinched when it comes to financing. Yeah, the Steam Deck.
Sadly.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to try and have a Steam Deck, but I've got a lot of things I need to spend money on first. A fair chunk. The most popular place to start is actually Limsa, because for a long time, Limsa was the only place that you could start from if you were a free-to-play player. It was also where you started if you were converting your character up from 1.0. And the 1.0 people got their own little special cinematic and start location inside of Limsa.
Somebody's cooking. Okay.
Alfie?
My own grief is a crushing weight upon my heart, and when I think of what Yida must be feeling, Papalaimu's sacrifice cannot be in vain. We will find the means to deal with this primal.
All I want to do is weep, but right now we need to hold back the tears and do what must be done. got that right, Totaro. LSA?
Oh. He's doing further rounds.
Do you want to do further rounds? We can do further rounds.
Let's check everyone.
Lahaman? Once Hida returns, I'll see that she sits down for her favorite dish. When you feel empty inside, it's easy to forget that your belly needs to be filled. Yeah. Yeah.
Ome? Sacrificing oneself for one's duty. Such actions remind me of the warriors of Doma, the samurai and shinobi who died for our cause. Golden A? They told us what happened with Papalaimo and I. Forgive me, there are simply no words. Golden A greatly admired Papalaimo and aspired to achieve the same lofty heights of magecraft. His loss was a terrible blow to the Scions.
Clements? As much as we wish it were different, there's a limit to what our healing can accomplish. Even the most powerful magics can do naught for a grieving heart. I have a long road ahead before I match the Archon's skill and experience. But we must all do our part in times like this. Surely there's something I can do to help.
My brother may wrap himself in steel, but he is a man of tender heart. Witness his concern for the pain of his dear his concern for the pain his dear friend endures.
Yeah. I think that's everybody.
Should be.
Yeah. Alisei?
The obvious solution. The interminable wait for news from Gridania appears to be taking its toll on Alisei. We were just there!
Ah, Rena, Ladonia. I wish I had more to tell you, but the situation in East Shroud remains largely unchanged. Meaning we still have no idea how long it will be before... A communication from the Alliance? Oh, one moment. Yes, of course. Our representatives will be present. Many thanks. Word from Gridania. The Council will shortly be reconvened. The Alliance leaders have already begun to assemble.
They wish to discuss the primal, of course. As of Y'shtol's last report, the cocoon yet hung above the wall, unchanged.
Yes, but as the Elder Seedseer doubtless shares our concern about how long it will remain so, I am told that Sid Garland has been called in to aid his expertise to the proceedings.
A wise decision. The more minds we have working on this, the better.
Well then, I suggest we leave the Rising Stones into Tara's capable hands and make haste for the Lotus Stand.
Back to dramatic organ music.
Oh.
Oh, we don't get to see boots riding very often.
Well, he's from a different part of the world.
A word, if you would, good sir. This place, it is within the realm of Eorzia.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay. Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzia?
Eh? Yes? You're in Eorzia?
Ah! A plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again. You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port. Though, 'twould perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order. Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
Good God, man. Are you all right?
Yeah.
He knows how to make an entrance.
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
Did not remember this being voiced.
No, it was voiced. But man, that first impression.
Oh yes, they know how to introduce him. Yes, we will see a lot more of him.
Oh. The old fart of a samurai
Take
still
notes,
lives.
he'll be around for a while.
Yeah. He'll
Someone
need
get this
more.
man a doctor and a stack of pancakes.
He'll need more than just one stack of pancakes.
Yeah, well, you know, if the stack's as big as he is, it might work.
And according to lore, despite how his face is rendered, he is supposed to be Rogaden.
Okay.
They officially refer to him as Rogaden. And he's got the build of one, damn it.
Oh, yes. They don't come much whiter than that.
But it took me a long time. Is he human? Is he not human? Is he human? Is he not? No, he's officially Rogaden. Okay, that makes sense. He just doesn't have the Rogaden nose.
Yeah.
Or what we would think of as the Rogaden nose. Oh yeah, his stature totally is Rogaden. You can't miss that. But the facial features, a little too human, but at the same time, Rogadens and humans can interbreed, so...
Yep. Maybe a grandmother or something.
Possible. Welcome, Warriors of Light. This way, if you please.
Okay.
This is female.
Yeah. My camera's zoomed out.
But yeah, he rode all the way from... Yeah.
Yeah.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
Yeah, that's expected.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon, of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment.
That takes
Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
Oh boy.
We could face
Yeah,
another
don't care for
calamity.
that idea.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Don't look at me.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
Oh no, not him.
What in the hells are you doing here?
A pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Nope. Doing no such thing.
Who is this man?
Trouble.
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanow since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
I'm sorry. Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity. And as luck would have it, I'm graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
Okay, what's your angle, Nero?
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years, studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame? Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Alagans?
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartano while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Alagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
Why are you looking at me?
Before we get into this, Rena, you're an expert at this, so I want to ask you this question.
I'm an expert at anything?
Yes, you are. Does Nero, or does he not have a punchable face?
He does indeed! Let me punch it! No, but I'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
As will I. I don't like it, but then it doesn't look like we have much choice. Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Do we have a choice?
Yes. The task of restoring the Alagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Cartano and take command of Omega. Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
Hear that, Nero? You're an other one! You're a
Yes.
+1.
Yes!
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Cartano being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero,
Like the fact
you
that
would be
Nero takes a
welcome
little
to
step
kill
back
him.
at that.
My blade is yours.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll
That would
forgive
be
me if I do not
wise.
shake your hand.
He's such a rough, pretty boy, but he is a walking ball of ego.
Yeah.
Okay, Alfie, we ready to do this?
Well, that was a rather unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions. Not least among them how Nero chanced to learn of the council meeting in the first place. Yeah. Let's use that registration roll. The Greater Obeisance. Alphino is eager to join Sid and the others. Sid and the others are assembling at the airship building. Alize is already on her way, and it would not do to lag too far behind. She'll leave without us. Let us be off.
So we're doing this right now.
Yeah. Hopefully, the current PvP match has had a chance to finish.
Actually, they just rebuilt it. This patch is the first time it's been active again for almost 2 years. From what I understand, I could be mistaken, but they apparently did a real big overhaul to Frontlines.
Right.
I can't believe they're making us run around in these shoes. They're quite painful.
I know. Is it too much to ask for a good pair of boots? With proper heel support.
Alphino?
Where is everyone? Donia, Rena, Alphino, ready to go? The others have stepped out onto the landing for a moment, lest you wonder. Nero insisted that he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding.
Of course he did.
And you let him? Despite his very timely offer of assistance, the thought of the man poking about in the workings of the ship without proper supervision does not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Alphino. Your sister is adamant that he would never leave her sight. She and Yugiri are... well, here they are now. And all three still alive. Right, I think that's everyone. Shall I set a course for Cartano? Might I ask that we delay our departure slightly? I require no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon even as we speak, and I would hear their latest observations ere we proceed. It would seem wise to gain as clear an understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh, I thought time was against us. How foolish of me.
Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we'll ask for it.
Your tongue, that is, not the opinion. Forgive me, lady. I shall keep my counsel until such time as you have finished procrastinating. All right. While Alphino speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordona, and we can reconvene at the Rising Stones. Mine apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Y'shtola and the others forthwith, and join you as soon as I am able. Adonia, Rena, pray accompany Alize back to the Rising Stones. I should feel safer knowing you are present to entertain our guest. Right. Everyone heading to Mordona is welcome to travel aboard the Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave.
Yeah, I think we're as ready as we're gonna get.
Pretty much.
Oh, Nero comes in and out all the time.
Yeah, this is not the last time we will have to deal with him.
Nor that
I'm a little
time.
surprised we've not seen him more recently than we have with the main story, or present story.
Yeah.
You're rightly in favor.
You are traveling with Master Garland, miss. The Enterprise Excelsior is right this way.
Yes, travel to Mordona. Now, when do we get regular service out here?
We get regular service out here?
Apparently not. What manner of airship has no private cabins? And again, I suppose Garland had to find somewhere to stow his half-baked inventions.
I do not care for that man. Strange though it may seem,
That's fine.
Nero's former loyalties do not trouble me, but I can see why people are loath to lower their guard around him. Yeah, he's a special kind of guy.
He's a special. Not quite door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly land her in the Tool's main square. Yeah, it'd be a bit big. Shall we adjourn to the Rising Stones then? Hi, Eorzia. You following any of this?
Quay?
Maybe Doodles. We kind of expected him to show up all of the previous expansion, and he didn't.
Well, he did show up at the end of the previous expansion for his own little sub-story. Or was that Shadowbringers? Dang it, Theron wants his giant robot again. They won't let him play with his giant robot. Says it's too expensive and so ceruleum to run. Okay, Sid?
You must be careful, old friends. The walking weapons of Allag were expressly designed to subdue primals. Men like Gaius will always seek to use them against mankind. It falls to us to ensure that Omega is never employed as a weapon of war. In the wrong hands, it would be bad. Thank you for putting it in words we understand.
One was created to capture Bahamut and the other to surpass him. Which will prove the stronger, I wonder? Fear not, I shall keep a close eye on our new ally.
Please do.
I know Nero's a guest here, but we really don't exactly have the happiest history with the Empire, do we? So my question is to you, do I offer him tea? Yeah, in this case, offering him tea. Checking with everybody else.
Delicious tea. The best tea he's ever tasted.
Oh no, that's bad. Flahaven. Hori Boulder and his companions left to continue reconnaissance in the beast tribes. They were adamant about shouldering what burdens they could while the senior scions were occupied with this cocoon emergency.
The determination upon their faces. There's nothing more blinding than youth burning with purpose. Arrow. +1.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight. It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzians truly are.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in magitech innovation. Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
She did say offer tea.
Yeah. And this isn't the last we'll hear of the Boil Master
You
either.
are returned.
No.
Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
By your leave!
Oh dear, he found
God,
us.
that voice could fell a gigas.
Thank you, LSA.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger. I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzia?
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the Scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzian and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
The Empire? You, Giddy? You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald?
I'll like his approval.
Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
Ah, boisterous as ever.
Yes. So, yes.
Rana, Ladonia, wait. Could I speak to you two for a moment?
Sure.
Do you remember when I said you had met me at the Diamond Forge and we, ambushed you two? Well, once we had your measurements, I set to work on making you a traveling outfit in my spare time. I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you two to have it before you left. Here, one for you, and one for you. You can try it on right now if you'd like. Again with the mini skirts.
Yes.
Assuming we measured correctly, the fit should be just right. Snug, but not too snug, if you know what I mean. So, how does it feel? You're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of the warriors of light well, let's just make it all the practical worthwhile. I also sewed up a blood pearl charm to, bring you home. May it always protect you two.
Science Adventurers monocle. Science Adventurers jacket, bottoms, and boots.
Monocle! What is it with mini skirts in this game? I don't know anyone who wears mini skirts anymore. I guess starting with Nero and going around clockwise.
The Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master. Dear me. How visible must the previous 13 iterations have been? I could design a more efficient water heater in the time it took that ill-conceived lump to become lukewarm. Oh, don't you diss Switch's inventions. Oh, I think he's going to fit right in.
I think he means Gosetsu.
Yes, he does. He's ignoring Nero.
Truly, I had no idea Domans could be so loud. He and Yugiri could hardly be more different. Yes.
Yeah.
Never did I think to hear Gosetsu's voice echo through these halls. Gosetsu.
Taru. Oh, okay. My blade shall carve a path through the Empire's ranks as a scythe fells stalks of wheat.
How dare he mock the Scions like that? If I ever had to sew a set of traveling clothes for him, I might just forget to take out the pins. Elfie?
Just the two unexpected guests, then? Still, I suspect that each will prove useful in his own way.
Yeda. Actually, do we want to sit on this because it's going to be quite involved and we're 5 minutes out?
I think we should probably sit. But
I know time is of the essence,
things.
But next week.
Yes.
So I'm thinking we should actually head back to Gridania so that we can use the inn to put away all this stuff that's sitting in our bags waiting for the chest.
Yeah.
Ain't that right, Gigi? But yes, now you have met Gosetsu. He's something
He's an
else.
unignorable presence.
one way of putting it. Makes it easier for you, Gary, to hide in the shadows when he's around.
Yes.
All eyes
You'll
are
never
on
notice
him.
anyone else when he's around.
I thought he showed up earlier, but then again, this section is so big, it's easy to mistake where we are.
No, this is right on time. I was thinking he didn't actually show up until we're technically in the expansion, but no, he shows up right beforehand.
Asking for you, Gary, to come home.
Yeah.
And he rode here. By himself. With no food or drink. Because he is a samurai. And I believe he's the one who introduces the samurai class.
He might be.
Well, as in, he's the first inkling that there might be a samurai class.
Sure. Yeah, he certainly is. We haven't had any other inklings before him.
Just
and
as
he most definitely is one. He's got the sword.
Yeah, just as Alisei was the first inkling that there was a red mage class.
Right. Now, do I actually have any climber prisms? I have some clear ones.
I have 3 glamour prisms. Time to hit the market board. I'm gonna need more than 3.
Yes.
Though I think the Psylums thing might count as a set, and we might be able to put it in as a set.
Which
now
is
that
a
they
more
have
recent thing.
Yeah. Glamour prisms. Yes, get me a stack of 99. Thank you. 1 stack will do.
There's glamour.
Yeah, I think they were in
I noticed the second cheapest set of them is being sold by Nada Sundari.
Yeah, sometimes the glamour setup can be kind of contorted in the game, but at least they try to allow you to do it at all. It's kind of a dancing bear
and they've
thing.
slowly gotten better. Hey, you can keep. Oh, shoot. Oh, well.
Mm-hmm.
I have some stuff that I think I'm going to need to repair.
Yeah, repair is kind of important. Trying to decide if some of the stuff I picked up from World of Darkness actually is worthy of throwing in the
worthy.
Yeah, I think that'll do that.
Just go. Where did that set chest go? She handed us a chest of them, right?
No, it wasn't a chest. It was all
No?
4 items separately.
Okay. Well, maybe I got them then. Is it the Scion Adventurers stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Thinking of something else. Okay, so I just need to go out and repair those boots. The rest of it I'm gonna leave. Okay, and it's pretty well time.
Cookies! I want to sit at the table that has cookies!
Of course.
Well, thank you all very much for coming along tonight. We will be back tomorrow for more Thaven and Rylia, probably poking at some more crafting stuff. Actually,
probably, yeah, looking at opening up the new crafting thing.
Yeah. Until then, be safe, be well, get a good night's sleep, and let's see who's raidable. I think we're raiding ferrets tonight.
Ooh, ferrets.
So yeah, be safe all.
Yes, everyone have a great night. Hope to see you here tomorrow.
And say hello to the Wrigglers.